on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. What we're going to talk about today is just the transfer nonsense, as I like to call it, in January, all the rumours and stuff that are floating around at the moment. I just wanted to have a quick conversation and just give a roundup of some of the stuff that I've seen kind of floating around. And the first thing that I want to have a talk about is, well, actually, before we get going, if you haven't done so already, if you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe. Like the video as well, because that helps with the algorithm. And if you've got anything that you want to point out or anything that takes that you want to put on there, please do so. Happy to have conversations with people with regards to my club. So the first little thing that I want to have a conversation about is that it's been reported in certain areas that Sinisterra might be coming back this month, and Jayden Anthony might be going back to Bournemouth as well. I think it's fair to say that Jayden hasn't had the best time of it here so far since his loan in the sort of loan swap for Sinisterra that we did. And I mean, whether or not it's true, it's with a pinch of salt. But I have to say, should he come back, Sinisterra, to the club? I don't want to know. I don't want him anywhere near. This is me being petty and cutting my nose off to spite my face a little bit. I understand in terms of his ability and what he can bring to the squad, but I don't want him anywhere near the squad. He was very quick to force through a move. He was very quick to threaten the club with legal action. And being as blunt as is humanly possible, you don't shit where you eat, and he's majorly shat where he ate. And it would take a lot for him to win me over. And as a fan, I know we're all fickle, so, you know, we can change our minds pretty quickly, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm not saying that it's true and that it's going to happen, but there's people that are saying that it potentially might. So if that does happen, my view, absolutely not interested whatsoever at all. Send him somewhere else or put him into the youth squad. Don't want him anywhere near the first team, but that's just my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with me. That's just how I feel on the situation. Now, according to Leeds United News, the 49ers have slapped a £30 million asking price on exceptional Leeds United star. We're talking about Somerville here. So I think it's fair to say that Somerville, in terms of championship players, has been one of, if not the standout performers in the championship, just in terms of his all-round attacking ability, his assists, his goals, and just his all-round contribution, you know, to the team. I found myself saying that he is, you know, he's head and shoulders above everybody else as far as I'm concerned from that attacking point of view in terms of what he does, what he brings to the side. Really, really impressed with him this season. He's got, 12 goals, 6 assists, I think it is, overall. He's just having a very, very, very good season overall, and we would be ridiculous to even entertain letting him go, but the price tag that the 49ers have put on him is 30 million. So that's what's being reported. We know how much the 49ers like to play hardball with regards to players and where they are going to go and if they're going to be sold, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not worried about it, but for me, that's exactly the right price for Somerville as far as I'm concerned. And it looks like the Nonto situation is kind of rearing its head again. I think we always knew that was going to be the case in January. So they're also reporting on Leeds United News that Newcastle, Aston Villa, Brighton have all been linked with the move. But again, 49ers are going to stand steadfast and still on that one and hold on to the guy for as long as they possibly can do. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that doesn't happen. Another guy that's come into consideration this time around is Chris Meffam. He has kind of been out of favour a little bit as a centre back for the majority of this season, and by all reports, he would be open to a transfer, to a switch for this season. I'm not sure where he comes in, but he's potentially going to be open to it. I think that definitely signifies that it's the end for Cresswell. I think if Cresswell was going to have any sort of future with us, that he would have played in the minimum as the FA Cup tie. There's also news with regards to Geltart and There's a couple of places that are looking to take him on loan, potentially. I don't think we want to sell him, and I don't think we should. He's been very, very unlucky with injuries and just getting himself going this season. He's been very stop-start and very sticky patch and all of that kind of stuff this season. He's just been unlucky. Very, very, very unlucky. But Plymouth have said that they want to take him on loan. For Plymouth to be able to afford his wages, because he's still on Premiership wages, they would need it to be a sponsored loan, and they're actively looking to do that at the moment. There's also talk about Celtic or Rangers that are looking at him potentially as well. Celtic or Rangers could be a really good move for him, I feel. Just getting, I think, from a confidence point of view and getting the confidence back for him as a player. So we just need to see how that one works out and how that one's going to kind of progress itself and move forwards. In terms of anybody else that we're looking at the moment, there's not loads and loads and loads and loads of information. We're looking at a right back from Burnley from memory. I forget the guy's name, but this is the thing with transfers and the January transfer section. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of people try to push players out there and linking names with players just to get their name out there more than anything, and try and get them sort of where they want them to be and get them the money for them and all of that kind of stuff. I hate this time of year like you wouldn't believe. It just absolutely infuriates me. Another bit of news: Robin Cockler's apparently signed a pre-contract agreement to stay where he is. He put a little post out to say goodbye to everybody. I don't think anybody really cares. I don't really care, to be honest with you. Again, jumping ship. He was never going to stay, but it's just the snaky way that some people go about doing it. It just annoys the hell out of me. It just isn't very, very good. Doesn't leave a good taste in the mouth, I think, is what we're saying. There's the Carvalho link as well. Forget about Carvalho. He isn't coming to us. We can't guarantee him game time, I don't think. And if that was to come off, then that would be hilarious. And Liverpool have got their own injury problems at the moment as well, so there's a strong chance that he might not go anywhere. There's talks about him going to Hull, and that Hull have beaten everybody to the signing, because at the moment Hull have got another Liverpool player on their books and they've done quite well with him. So Liverpool are impressed with that, and just bringing him to Hull kind of gives them that little bit of a guarantee that, you know, he's going to put in the minutes and he's going to play quite well. So yeah, it's all speculation. I hate doing these videos. Not that I hate doing these videos. It's just trying to put out the information. It's all very much speculative in terms of what you can say and who you think is going to come in, all of that kind of stuff. It's just, what I'm seeing a lot of is players that are going to be potentially leaving Leeds United, and not so much players that are going to be coming in, which is, I'm just scrolling through now, just have a quick look to see what I can find. No, there's not very much on. I mean, there's a couple of reports going around about Somerville going to Liverpool as well. I don't really see that happening either. And given what Somerville said, and again, you know, you take everything that a player says with a pinch of salt, but given what Somerville said since the transfer window's closed, he doesn't strike me as somebody that's gonna want to just uproots and leave. So yeah. Who else are we looking at the moment? Potentially, there is. Just trying to see. There was somebody down that I could see. David Brooks was the other one that was put out there as slightly as an opportunity that might be willing to come in. So there is, let me see, who else is looking at him as well? So there is Southampton looking at him as well, apparently. he is open to a move from what I can see, according to Football League World. Whether or not you take that with a pinch of salt, I don't know. But it's nothing much else really out there. Again, we've said it 1,000,001 times. We need a left back, we need a right back, we need a number 10, possibly need another striker. Whether or not that comes in this window, we don't know. Feel like I'm waffling now, so that's going to do it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please also don't forget to subscribe. If you have anything that you want to say about what I've said down below, please feel free, leave the comments in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'll talk to you later on. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it.